So you want to rank up in Marvel Rivals. We're going to go over some tips that will help you rank up in Marvel Rivals in Season 1. If you enjoy videos like these, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I upload videos like these daily. Let's get into the video. The most important thing is knowing how to play every role. Let's go over DPS. It's pretty easy. DPS role is to typically get kills or push the team back. The way you can push the team back is by doing damage to their healers or their other DPSs. Unless you're a tank shredder like Wolverine or Magic, then I recommend going for the tanks if you're a tank shredder. Now, a lot of people have a problem with overextending. That's when you're too far in enemy lines and your team cannot help you, or you're just too far. Overextending will cause you to die, which puts your team in a bad situation because they're down a member and they can't use your utility. This can cause you to lose games. Another thing is knowing when to disengage, knowing when to leave the backline. Certain DPS characters like Magic, Wolverine, Star-Lord, Iron Man are one of the many DPSs that target the backline. And that's what people want. But what people don't want is you getting too greedy. Not knowing when to leave will cause you to die. And this is kind of a form of overextending. If you know when to leave, know when to reposition, you'll keep your life and your team can still play off of you. Versus you dying and them have to wait 10 seconds and being down a member, etc. That's one of the many mistakes that a lot of DPS mains make. And as a DPS, your healers need to be extremely good, especially if you're a diver, because you're going to be behind enemy lines fighting like 3 to more people. And if your healer can heal you, then yes, it is possible for you to get those 3 picks. But if not, I recommend playing a DPS that kind of sits back. Now, when it comes to tanks, the best tanks in the game definitely are Strange, Hulk, and I feel like Penny is a little occasional. Thor is pretty good, but I feel like Captain America is only good when you have a Thor, not the other way around. Now, as a tank, it depends what tank you're playing. You're playing one that just plays with the team, or you're playing a diving tank, like Captain America or Thor. Not Venom. Venom's horrible. But as a Magneto, your job is really to block a lot of projectiles. Now, the reason why I think Strange is better than Magneto is because let's say you have a Hela ult. Strange can fly up in the air and block Hela ult with his shield, whereas Magneto, he can't do that. He only can block it from the ground. Strange also has a TP, so he could TP basically anywhere. With a tank, your job is to make sure that all your teammates behind you stay alive. And the healer's job is to make sure that you stay alive in the front by healing you. Then the DPS job is to make sure that they are getting kills or doing enough damage for the tanks or the healers to probably, get one pick off, or to push up and capitalize off of the damage that the DPS made. Your team needs to be very coordinated. And if you are solo queuing, then I recommend playing a role that your team needs. If you are a DPS main, go ahead and swap off that DPS and get on healer or tank. If you already have 3 DPS and it's not working out and you need another tank or another healer, go ahead and just hop on the Mantis or just hop on Strange. If you already have a Strange, hop on the Magneto or Thor. I know your DPS aren't getting kills, but at least you can support them by playing tank or healer and start capitalizing off of what your DPSs are doing wrong. If your tank isn't tanking, then I recommend just telling your tank, yo, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to get off that tank. Let me hop on the tank. Because the tank job is to take as much damage as he can, and for your teammates not to take any damage, or as minimum as possible. Now, flexing is probably the best way to rank up in this game. Playing every single role, knowing how to play every single role, being able to fill. A lot of people in this game are one tricks, but if you can play around with every role and play with your whole entire team, then you would definitely rank up. Because utility usage in this game is extremely important, and capitalizing off of utility usage is also extremely important. That's how you win games. Utility usage, positioning, map knowledge, capitalizing, and communication. Communication goes a long way. Even if your teammates aren't commenting to you, trust me, they're listening to your comms. Make sure you are always communicating with your team. I know y'all have been in those games before where you're losing and then all of a sudden you start to come back. And then when you're coming back, all of a sudden you start to calm. And then all of a sudden everybody in your team starts to calm because they realize that it's winnable. If you put that the game is winnable in your teammates' head, they will try to calm. I know y'all had those people in your games who are like, winnable, bro, it's winnable. And you're like, yeah, okay, buddy. And then you guys actually start coming back. Trust me, I've been there. But for DPS, I recommend playing Hela. She's very good even after the nerfs. Don't let those nerfs fool you. She's still very good. Star-Lord is extremely good. And I think one of the best DPSs right now is Storm. I know you guys have been going against a lot of Storms recently, and her ult is completely broken. The fact that you can hit her in her ult, but it won't kill her. It's like she's basically low-key invincible, and then she just goes invisible and just targets who she wants and just insta-kill them. Like there's barely anything you could do. You better hope you have like a Luna ult or a Mantis ult or Invisible Girl ult, because you don't have one of those, then you're just dead. Now, when you start to climb the ranks a little higher, people will start communicating more. But in my opinion, if you are around the bronze to low gold rank, then I want you to just start auto-locking DPS and just literally just start killing and out-aiming everybody. As a DPS main, if you are playing like a Star-Lord or a Hela, I recommend downloading Aim Labs on Steam. It is free. You also can download it on PS5 and Xbox. And I recommend doing switch track or any tracking scenario. This will help you with your aim in game and help you start clicking heads more. If you are a diver, then start diving on them tanks and start shredding their health. If their team does not have a tank, they have nobody to hide behind. But it's very occasional though. Sometimes you'll have to dive on their tanks and start shredding them. Other times you have to dive on their healers. It depends. If the healers are very, very good, then I recommend diving on the healers. But if the healers are bad, then I recommend diving on the tanks and killing them. Now, team comp. It may be hard to get a good team comp when it comes to randoms. If you're playing with a duo, then I recommend running the Iron Man with the Hulk. That duo is way too broken right now. I think one of the best team comps in the game right now is Hulk, Iron Man, Strange, Storm, Loki, and either Mantis, Invisible Girl, or Luna. Luna's probably still the best healer, isn't she? But in my opinion, that comp is completely broken. Storm is just way too broke right now. She already does a bunch of damage, and her ult is like a free insta-kill on like 3 or more. Low-key, she could just like target the whole entire team, and then your team can capitalize off of it so well. Now, when I am playing healer, when I'm occasionally playing healer, the order when I heal people in is tank DPS. Now, if we are getting dived on, I will have one of my DPSs kind of sit back a little bit, or just make one of my tanks or DPSs aware that, hey, we're getting backshotted right now, and we're gonna need some help. And this is why Mantis and Luna are so good, because if you are getting dived on, then you can freeze them, or Mantis can put them to sleep, and then your teammates can turn around and just, you know, kill the guy real quick, and then everybody can go back to playing Marvel Rivals / Overwatch. And that's where communication comes in with your team, because your team will not know if you're getting backshotted, backlined on if you're not saying anything. If you do say something, I'm pretty sure somebody will turn around. Especially you sleep them or, you know, stun them with ice. Somebody will turn around and help you. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, subscribe. I upload videos like this daily. I'm going to be releasing more guides because these tips helped me rank up, win more games, etc. So yeah, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you boys later. Peace.